What is going on, great people of YouTube, Dope City, Dopetopia? This is the Dope Show, and I am your idiot leader, Dope, and today I'm here to talk about this. Boris Karloff, Golden Key, Issue 2. I've always been a big Boris Karloff fan. I've always been a big Golden Key fan. As you can tell, I grew up on Boris Karloff and all the craziness that goes on in these Golden Key books. And for years and years and years, I wish that Golden Key would come back. And I wasn't going to do a review on Golden Key Issue 2 because I didn't think there's enough people out there that cared about Issue 2 because I am an outcast and I love Boris Karloff and Golden Key. But I just felt like there wasn't enough people out there that cared about Golden Key. But as you can see, this big guy right here, that's Boris Karloff. This over here, you see the ghoul? What does it say right there? Boris Karloff. Boris Karloff is one of my childhood heroes. He's in everything that I love. So I was so excited to hear that Golden Key was coming back out with Boris Karloff and the Golden Key Mysteries. And, you know, I wasn't going to do an issue 2 because I didn't think there was enough people that cared. But then I remembered why I started my own channel. You know, there's all kinds of shit on here on YouTube about Spider-Man and a lot of stuff about Superman, a lot of stuff about Golden Age and a lot of stuff about moderns. But you know what there wasn't a lot of? There wasn't a lot of horror and there wasn't a lot of weird shit. You know, there wasn't a lot of stuff. I would Google Twisted Tales. There wasn't hardly anything about Twisted Tales. I could Google Golden Key. There wasn't nothing about Golden Key. There wasn't nothing about Dale. You know, all the stuff that I love and grew up with, there wasn't many stories about it, you know. There wasn't many people on here talking about it. It's like it didn't exist. So I wanted to come out with a channel that actually got into the weird shit, you know. First, if you're into horror, you're an outcast. But if you're into Boris Karloff and Golden Key shit, you're really an outcast. You're an outcast of the outcast. And I've always been the weird kid on the playground, sitting underneath the slide while everybody else is playing football or kickball. I'm the dude underneath the slide that's, I don't know, eating fucking earthworms and chilling and thinking about comic books. But anyway, I decided to do a Boris Karloff Golden Key Mystery number 2 and review. So, you know, this is issue 1. It came out about 4 months ago, 3 months ago. It took them a while to get issue 2 out. One of the things I noticed quickly when you pick this book up, one of the things you notice quickly is the quality of the paper. It's real thick paper. Now, you're paying $6 for it. It's $5.99, which is kind of high. And I would, in the Golden Key fashion, I wish it was less quality and less expensive. And it would feel more like a Golden Key book. But I can't argue about quality. I mean, the quality is there. It's as good as any comic book on the market when it comes to quality. One thing I did notice, this right here was issue 1. It was printed in China. Issue 2, whenever you open it up, it don't say a word about being printed in China. This one says created and distributed in the United States of America. So, I don't know if that's why they were down for 4 months or 3 months or however long the layover was, because they were getting all that switched over. But it does not say printed in China anymore. And, I noticed issue 2 in big letters says $5.99. Issue 1 does not even have a price on it. I'm sure it's probably $5.99 also, but it's kind of weird that issue 1 does not have a price anywhere on the book. That's kind of something people need to know about. But anyway, issue 2, you know, it really wasn't that good. I believe that the artwork is better in issue 2 than issue 1. This is my favorite panel right here. I've always been a sucker for, you know, graphite and just, you can really see the shadowing in that. And I really thought the artwork was better in issue 2. There's 3 stories in here. The first story is called Warehouse. The second story is called Trenchfoot. And the third story is called A Town with a Million Eyes, which all sound like cool stories. I don't like the format the way they start out with the main story, and then they go to two littler stories, and then they come back to the main story in the book. The stories just don't have much depth to them. They don't have any purpose. They don't have nothing, no kind of cliffhangers on any story in this book that would make you want to buy issue 3. The artwork is not bad, but the very first page sucks. It's in the rain, and you can't even tell what's going on. And this panel here is very important. I mean, this is supposed to be one of the worst things this guy's ever seen, and you can't even see what it is. It's a dead body in a fire. But because of the rain and the way it's jumbled in there drawn, it loses its effect. It don't have the gruesomeness to it. And it shows another picture of it here, and you still can't even tell what's going on. So, I mean, you really, really got to study to see that it's a dead body. And I would think with the gruesomeness, you'd really want that to pop. But the stories don't have cliffhangers. They don't leave you hanging wanting to buy issue 3. This first story, Warehouse, about this house that keeps moving. To me, it's like the story shifted, and it's more about Boris Karloff than it is about the house. And the house is what I found so intriguing in the first issue, because there was so much stuff you could have did with that house. I mean, the house could be the premises that you build all your other stories off of, and all the weird stories that come out of this house, and this house moving around. But it's totally shifted focus away from the house, and now it's just... Issue 2 is about Boris Karloff's life. And, I don't know, it really didn't talk about, I mean, it did talk about the house, but it didn't. It didn't go in any depth about the house. We didn't learn anything new about the house. And I thought it lost focus and went a different direction than I like. Issue 2, story 2 in here, it's called Trenchfoot, and it's written and drawn by the same guy. And it's a different kind of artwork. I don't know if I liked all the bubblegum pink and purples and stuff, but the artwork ain't bad, and the, the guy wrote it and drew it, so that's pretty impressive. But it's kind of got more of a, a DC 70s monster, these guys become mutants that are soldiers. So it's kind of got that Cap Wolf, more feel to it. The story is about, people fighting Germany and turning into monsters. So, it's only like 2 pages long. And it don't leave much to be desired. It don't leave you hanging or nothing. I guess that's the end of the story. It's only 2 pages long. So it's not much there. It don't make you really want to come back. It reminds me of, it also reminds me of, these 70s DC, the stuff that they used to do with like the monsters, where they had Frankenstein fighting, and they got Wolfman fighting in the war, and they got all these stuff. It's a crazy crew, but they didn't leave it hanging anywhere. And then the last story is totally the worst one in it. Something about 1,000,000 eyes or something. A town with 1,000,000 eyes. It's got a very modern feel to it, the art. And it's the artwork reminds me of the new Superman, which I like reading, but in this Golden Key era, it don't fit. Golden Key, the artwork's not a Golden Key book. It's very DC kind of artwork. And the story just sucks. The story sucks. I think the story's a lot worse than this. Issue 1 was a lot better stories. Issue 2, I think the artwork got a little better than issue 1, but the stories went downhill. And at least issue 1 left me hanging, I was wanting an issue 2. I'm not really wanting an issue 3. And yeah, I'm still going to buy it. I'm going to support Golden Key. I love Golden Key. They can put out blank pages, and I'd probably buy it. But issue 2 is really down. Is more disappointing for me than issue 1. Let's see where it goes. But I'm not too high on this. I wouldn't buy this unless she's a really big fan of Boris Karloff. It's not much there. Trying to be nice. I'm going to give it about a 2.5 tacos. So it really don't score too high on the taco scales. But, you know, I put this out there for the people that's going to be looking for... One day there might be somebody hits the search button and wants to find something out about Boris Karloff. Now maybe under YouTube there will be some stuff for Boris Karloff. Maybe there'll be some stuff for Golden Key. And that's my mission on YouTube, is to put out all the rare, weird stuff, the pre-code horror, the stuff that nobody gets to see. And, you know, there's plenty of stuff out there, like I said, for Captain America and Superman. But until the next time, read your comics.